अस्सलाम वालेकुम। तो कैसे हैं सब लोग? दिस इज़ उमर एंड वेलकम टू अ न्यू सीरीज़ गाइस। आज मैं एक नई सीरीज़ शुरू कर रहा हूँ जिसमें आई विल डू ट्रेड रिव्यूज़, राइट। सो ट्रेड रिव्यूज़ इन द सेंस जो मैं ट्रेड्स ले रहा हूँ दिन में, आई एम गोना एक्सप्लेन कि मैंने क्यों एंटर किया एंड व्हाट वाज माय थॉट प्रोसेस, व्हाट वाज माय प्लान एंड व्हाट वाज माय रिस्क टू वर्ड, ऑल दोज लाइक एग्जीक्यूशन लेयर ऑफ ट्रेडिंग. So ये layer is very important. This is the layer where most people make mistakes. Charting तो हम सीख लेते हैं, but the execution layer, right? How to actually trade in the moment, to find are you calm, composed, कैसा हो रहा है. That's also very important to understand. तो ये reason से मैं सोचा कि ये trade review series शुरू करते हैं जिसमें every single day whatever trades I take I review it to and explain it to you guys what was my thought process and why I took them. So आज हम लोग एक ये कॉइन है विक करके इस पे थोड़ा बात करेंगे and why I took 2 trades in this. Kind of like it's smashing up right now, but this is what I took and what was my thought process. Okay, so I'll quickly explain my thought process. These are the 2 trades I took. The first one was from this to this, close to 3.5%, and then again from this to this, which was around again 4%. These 2 trades, and now we will review why I took them. First thing is this. Just remove this, and go here because I was here. So my thought process was I was looking at wick, right? कभी भी मैं कोई भी चार्ट पे आता ना तो what I do is first analyze what is happening in the market, right? So आपने वो पॉइंट सुना होगा where it says wicks tell you the story, right? So basically I understand कि क्या हो रहा है. So I understand and try to find the logic flow, right? And once I understand the logic flow then I take a position. तो ये मेरे ये वाले मॉडल में फिट हुआ था ये ट्रेडिंग सेटअप. सो बेसिकली एक ट्रेडिंग मॉडल है मेरा जिसमें द मॉडल इज़ इफ़ यू हैव एन इन्वर्स लेवल, राइट. अगर आपके पास एक होल्ड लेवल बेसिकली, सो आई थिंक वी डिस्कस्ड ऑन होल्ड लेवल्स एंड इन्वर्स लेवल, राइट, इन द लेवल्स वीडियो. तो होल्ड लेवल क्या होता है? दैट विल होल्ड द प्राइस अप. इन्वर्स लेवल क्या होता है? दैट विल होल्ड द प्राइस डाउन. तो ये थियोरी क्या है ना कि सपोज यू हैव एन इन्वर्स लेवल. अगर आपके पास एक इन्वर्स लेवल है बट ये इन्वर्स लेवल it doesn't support the price down, like the theory is it should hit and move down, right? But अगर ये ऐसा नहीं करता है and in this scenario suppose we have an inverse level here, rather than doing this it does this, it moves up, like it completely rips off this level. So when it comes back down, right, this is a support zone which becomes a polarity moment for the move to go up. That's what it is, and this happens over and over again in crypto market basically. So the point is to whatever inverse level we have, right? What inverse level की बात किया था, we have an accumulation candle in inverse level. Where is inverse accumulation candle distribution? I can see, but where is it? Okay, so accumulation. Okay, this is the one, right? So the theory is if we come up, we should hit and we should move down. But अगर एक scenario में suppose we do this, right? We just burn through this level. So this becomes a critical support level where it's called polarity, right? So when it comes back down, ना जब वापस से नीचे आएगा ना, it's a good support zone for a move to go up, right? So this was my thought process when I took this trade. So here if you see, right, we have this 1 hour level. We had this 1 hour inverse level which was a hold level, but you see we burn through this level. So once we burn through it, what I usually do is I mark it as a zone, and once I mark the zone I go on smaller time frame, and apart from this मैं charting भी कर रहा हूँ. But I understand, okay, this is a zone where the buying can happen, right? When you understand कि यहाँ से buying आ सकती है, यहाँ से accumulation आ सकता है, so what you do is you look for entry models. So after it comes to my level, right? Okay, we were here. I was charting at the things as well, but let's not do that. So this was my accumulation level. मैं बोला कि यहाँ से मेरा buying आ सकता है because that was an inverse level, right? And यहाँ से buying आया. So मेरा model इसमें क्या है ना? I think आपने मॉडल सुना होगा, of course it's called silver bullet, but the thing is we sweep the low and then we sweep the high. Once we retrace back, you take an entry for the move to go up. That's the entry model. So main thing है कि यहाँ पर understanding कि कौन से zone में accumulation शुरू होगा, कि कौन से zone में buying होगा, and then looking for an entry model, right? So what I do in this kind of situation is rather than just directly taking at the level, what I do is I wait and I find the sweep and then I take an entry on. So here if I see we had this sweep happen, right? And as this sweep, so एक और it's a tricky concept for you to understand, but this is called shields. आगे हम लोग सीखेंगे. As this sweep, right, and we are inside the accumulation zone, see it gains that shield, right? It gives me an indication, right? Now we're gonna go up. ये indication से I took a position here, close of candle, and I took my what the hell? Where is my stops? Here. This is where I put, and I was targeting this high. Okay, so what I did was I did this, and just in 2 minutes my take profit was hit here. Now for that is the first entry, but the main entry which I was thinking about is this one, right? The sweep and re-entry. So here you can clearly see we had a sweep down, and then we had a market structure shift, or whatever you say. That market broke out the move, right? So we find a fair value gap, or whatever you say, and we take an entry on it, right? But let's just mark the fair value gap. This is basically the entry model, but I don't take at that level. I take at the back side. So just use a combination of it. So this was my main setup. The setup is this: you come into an accumulation zone, you sweep the low, sweep the high, come back down. That's my entry. So that's exactly what I did. That's the entry, and that's the basically this level. And the target, I was targeting this inverse level on the 1 minute, right? So ये होने के बाद we hit my entry, and then we hit my target. So this was 2 successful trades back to back, and it was very solid. So first one was a different setup which you might not know. It's called shield, something of that. Once that gains it, it shows, and after the sweep gaining of shield, the move will go up. Basically, because I know, okay, because if this is true, right? If this is gonna be true, we're gonna move from this to this, of course. So it's what's called a premature understanding, right? कि पहले हो जाना, like let's just say now this is a market structure shifty वाला, but उससे पहले ही if you get understanding, okay, हो सकता है market structure shift, so you take an entry as well there. It's a bit tricky, this one is more clean if you see, right? Clean, easy, sweeps, breaks the high, comes back down, and that's your target. So that's what it is. So that's the entry model which I use, which is very solid. And that happens in Bitcoin as well. I think in the last trade which I was explaining in Bitcoin, right? Same model happened, right? Even in this level, same model, but we'll explain the जो टेक्निकल एनालिसिस की वीडियो बनाया था उस पर मैंने एक मॉडल बनाया था, एंट्री बताया था कि ये एंट्री हो सकती है, विच वॉज योर सी. ठीक है, अगेन सेम कॉन्सेप्ट, बट दिस टाइम द एक्यूमुलेशन जोन इज़ अ लेवल, a 15-minute level, basically not an inverse level but a 15-minute level. 15-minute level was a zone, and then I go on a smaller time frame. If this is my zone, I wait for a sweep, and then once the sweep happens, see, now the sweep happened, right? As the sweep happened, I take on a retest. So basically 2 models. What did I explain about the 2 models? There's 2 models. First model is sweep hota hai, to you once the shield is gained, you take an entry here. That's the first entry if you want to take. This is a bit risky, but if you want to wait for confirmation, then you will get a bit. So you see that's the structure, and you buy at the break level, and that's your entry. That's it, and then you target the highs or whatever. So exactly that was the same setup if you see, right? Accumulation zone, sweep, move up. So understanding of this accumulation zone is important, and I have like 4 or 5 things that I do to understand. We have एक मैंने levels में बताया होगा, swing low, swing high. That is one way to mark it. Second way is actually marking the whole levels, और एक और way है inverse level है, origin level है. So these zones, and then you find the entry model. You could have taken an entry earlier, like 0.4% early, but this is the right one. ऐसा. So जो inverse level की मैंने बात किया ना, that happens all of it, right? So if you see here, right, same scenario in this. We have a 15-minute level which was burned through, right? So the theory is if this comes back down, it should hold. And I think that's exactly what happened, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, tries to hold if you see here. Clear, it tries to hold. Move up. But here we don't have any sweep, we don't have any move up. If we did have this kind of thing, suppose in this scenario, if we moved from this point forth, if the retest happened, I would have taken it for the move to go up. Because this says it's true, right? If this is true, then we move up. But we hit the 15, and then we start the accumulation cycle. So this is it. I think that's how the trader view works. This too. But now if you see in this coin, looking back, right? It feels stupid looking back. Like these two scalps where the move is right now. 36%. So it feels stupid now, but you have to just follow your plan. It's like market is continuously flowing, right? You just have to take whatever you can according to your trading plan. If you try to take everything, you lose everything. Here I was looking for a second entry, but I couldn't find. Like initially I was thinking this retest, but it hit this and it moved up. So I never got the fill here. Anyway, so maybe next हम video बनाएंगे. Maybe tomorrow if I take a trade, उसके analysis I'll share. So this was the model. I hope you liked it, and I'll see you in the next video. Assalamu alaikum.